everywhere we went this year, the crowds were amazing, and that's what makes the sport, isn't it? Their energy coming into the events and giving these guys the sort of support and enthusiasm and positivity they need to put on World Championship performances.
Including a 10-point ride, and Silvana getting things started during the break part.
Looks like she was coming from way deep on the point. This wave giving her a lot of open face, standing up in front of her. First turn was nice. There's the second turn. Given the scores that we saw in that first heat, imagine, unfortunately coming unstuck there. Dealt with Tyler Wright for such a long time, Lakey Peterson.
Well, Lakey on a bomb, late drop, does well to stay on her feet for a moment there, but just got pushed over onto that outside rail, that hillside edge, hard to recover from. And she's going to go down, but giving it a nudge on the inside. So that tells you that she's willing to go to about day 6 of the event window. And a serious lack of waves, but the swirler has filled in here on December 1st, the first day of winter. And Silvana Lima kicked things off with a 6.5. Looks like she's put herself on another high-quality wave here. Grabs that rail, reefs through the turn. Just gets it wrong on riding out through the bottom of the bowl.
Really need to be conscious of the rail and driving that rail.
We'll have a look at this one.
Ooh.
Tyler Wright getting a nice early entry. Just staying on top of her equipment at the moment. Gentle on the rail off the bottom. Looks to commit to something a little heavier on the outside. Now just lining up the inside track for a big end section hit. Drives through that white water. Opting to stay with this one. Gets a nice rebound off the foam there. And gets out of it.
Beautiful rebound off the foam. We could see the bump that exists in the lineup today.
Tyler kept her board a little flatter on the water. Talk to us about technique in waves like this that are so lumpy.
And the depth of the takeoff and the time that she had. There was that patience at the start where she just waited. And again, this showed control. And although she hasn't been in the jersey for a long time, it was just like riding a bike. And as you said, lovely little foam climb there, the way the board sat up on the white water. Nice completion, cuts out on her own terms.
She's had some great pressure tests this season, Lakey Peterson, and really held her nerve in some tough situations. She's got a good-looking wall here at the moment, driving up into this first section. Nice and critical there, and gets another opportunity here to unleash. It does very well, the best turn we've seen so far this morning. And not done with this wave just yet, but just gets a little tangled up in the whitewater there, but still there should be a solid reward. That was a high-impact turn, that second one. Collected with a lot of turns, but nothing too major. Lakey didn't tee off on the first section the way she wanted, but this second move is solid.
Snaps the tail and flares it like a shortboard, like a small wave, gets the cutback. And it's almost like on that cutback you can see, I got this sense of a feeling of relief. Like, oh my gosh, I've got the wave, I've finished it. And in that momentary lapse of concentration, as we see her snap out of the lip there, in that momentary loss of concentration, the whitewater just grabbed her and took her out. This is the money turn. Snaps and pushes the tail out. And you see that control where the weight's on the front foot, but just enough on the back foot to set the fins. Here's the cutback, and you can see there, it's like, oh, job done. Oh no, it's not, I've fallen.
During the break, Tyler Wright's being on a bomb on the outside. Very tricky drop button and letting go of a nice big power hook in the pocket there.
Fantastic first turn. Will she get around this section? Pumps. What's it going to give her on the inside? Another nice little snap there. You can see, it seems that Tyler's on bigger waves, but as a consequence of being on those bigger waves, there's more water moving, and it's a much more difficult assignment. This drop is amazing. You see there in the whitewater, what control. Recenters herself and just drives off the bottom into this lovely carving driving turn out of the lip.
Oh, here we go, Silvana utilising her priority on this ride. Driving up into the section, just trying to get rid of a small score of 1 at this stage to add to her heat score total. Was in first position for a long period of time there. Trying to get back into the top 2. Only needed a 1.37 to get ahead of Lakey, who with 10 minutes to go is going to be out there with priority.
Silvana exercising a priority. Look at this beautiful wave. Up into the lip. Got a little stiff and looked a little tight out of the top there. Didn't really get much snap or aggression in that turn. Nurses the rail there, and particularly after that fall.
Gift Stephanie Gilmer her first world title with a victory over Steph's title rival Silvana Lima that season. 5.5 minutes to go here. And Lakey Peterson up again, looking for that backup number. Really surfing on edge, a lot of speed. Drives the rail through that foamy white water, tricky sections to read. Doing well at the moment, tangled up in the white water for a moment, hanging on to it, desperate to stay on her feet. Will that be the 2.97 she was chasing to get into first?
And had a lot more opportunities and looked stronger than Caroline did. Had in a little more of attack mode.
Well, last year it wasn't the case, was it, Barton? When she got to her feet in competition in title contention last season, she looked very nervous. But today, in this opening seeding round, going on the attack.
And a lot of firsts this year. The success at Margaret River over Stephanie Gilmore was a big one.
No, counting down this heat. The second heat of the seeding round, and the current world number 2 holds her nerve, Lakey Peterson. A couple of decent numbers from her, a 7.43 and a 5.67. She's on her way to the third round, along with Silvana Lima.